All right, next up, a hot one on our Facebook page. Is feminist a bad word now? Stars like Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, and Carrie Underwood have all publicly said they don't consider themselves feminists, claiming it has negative connotation. Now, you can add actress Selma Hayek to the list. At the event this week, she said, quote, "I am not a feminist." Caroline, how did feminism become a dirty word?
Oh, I don't know, Al. I wish I did, because in these situations, I want Gloria Steinem on speed dial. Right. Because I just don't know where these celebrities are getting this information from. I mean, feminism, women's rights equals human rights. It's really that simple. I don't understand how it becomes this kind of complicated political minefield to navigate. It is that simple. Feminism, women's rights equals human rights. That is it. It's about equality. Salma Hayek needs to get an education about that.
Right. I think a lot of celebrities don't really know what the word feminism actually means, and they're so afraid of it because it kind of comes across as us versus them. Yeah. And ultimately, I think whenever someone says that they are a feminist, suddenly they're kind of judged more harshly. Like Beyonce, she kind of, in her recent video or recent album, she talked about feminism in one of her songs. Suddenly, Annie Lennox was saying that she was feminist light, that she really didn't uphold all the feminist, morals, and that she was a little bit too sexual, or she was twerking. So I guess you can't twerk when you're a feminist.
Oh, you can twerk when you're a feminist.
Oh,
that is not a rule. That's not a rule. We did not have a meeting and pass that rule.
But Zelina, a lot of people are offended.
Well, I think that, the bottom line here is that feminism means that you think that women are people deserving of equal rights. And if you agree with what I just said, then you are a feminist. And so the attacks on the word and sort of the misinterpretation of what it actually means is deliberate. And it is anti-feminist forces that want everyone to believe that feminists just hate men. We're very angry. We complain about things all the time. And that is strategic so that it undermines our voices when we're trying to speak our feminist truth to power and say, women are deserving of equal rights. We should be able to walk without being street harassed in public. We should be able to go to college without being assaulted. All of these things are speaking our truth to power, and taking the word feminism and putting a negative connotation on that is deliberate to undermine our voice.
And it's just really unfortunate, just to go off on that point, it's really unfortunate that we continue to have people in high-profile positions where they could be doing so much good, so much to educate young women, young girls in this country that it is okay to be a woman who wants to stand up for your rights, because it's like anybody in this country standing up for your rights. You can do that.
With that said,
I think if you give the history of what women have suffered in the country, I mean, it's like others that have challenged the status quo. I mean, it just bothers me that there's a negative connotation. I mean, Chris, is there pressure from Hollywood? Because these are A-list actresses and performers saying this. Is there pressure from the powers that be in Hollywood that they kind of divorce themselves from identifying with feminism, even though they are benefiting from it?
I think that ultimately feminism still comes across as kind of an extreme term to some in Hollywood, and Hollywood folks are so afraid of alienating any of their audience, making their audience feel as though they're not really relatable. So I think ultimately they're just afraid of kind of alienating their audience and making them feel like they can't relate. And bottom line, Selma Hayek, she's a great woman. She's involved in Chime for Change, and she believes in equality. She said that.
Right, but then in the beginning, she wasn't a feminist, which contradicts
Hollywood doesn't seem to mind offending some of their audience with misogynist